Hello, welcome to my ITSL game versus Claudio Valerio, a low-rated opponent, but I don't remember playing against him. Actually, I have played against him once, so he may surprise me. We're playing as the US of A. And we are starting with a pretty average hand, with defectors and Marshall to lighten our day when it comes to possible headline choices. Probably Marshall is better, although I kind of need ops. But yeah, I don't think I can get Marshall and not go for it. I don't know where NATO is, I don't know where Europe is. I have UN to get rid of the goal, so Marshall seems to be the best card to do the job. Arab-Israeli war. Sure. Yeah. Actually, I think I can let him take Greece if he wants to. Okay, that's fortunate. Korean War in my hand is a very optimistic card to see. Comic. Wow. Okay, that's fortunate. So the main question is, do I spread out from Iran, or do I just go for Korean War immediately? I could also... I think capture Nazis are the least important thing now. If he kills Iran and succeeds, I can probably just go back and get my Milops that way. So I will just grab Korea while it's empty. I wonder if he's going to try queuing Iran again. Because if he does, then I get the last coup of the round in Iran. He tries it with a 2-up. That's surprising. Gets it. Yeah, I think I'm going to use Warsaw Pact for that. I have to be careful about getting rid of my few free ups because I have no idea where blockade is. But if he forces me to play a free up, I will just go for the goal with UN and hope that he doesn't have blockade. Statistically, he shouldn't have it, and I just don't have the luxury of playing around it comfortably, so I will not. Hmm. I don't think it's that complicated of a choice. Whoa! Jesus. That's an interesting approach. It may be actually necessary for me to grab Greece soon. Because now, well, technically, if he takes Czechoslovakia, Hungary, uh, Yugoslavia as he has now, which he needs to play only 3 ops to do that, and he grabs Greece as well, then. Whoa. Wow. That's. This is all interesting. I'm sorry I'm being a little incoherent while I speak, but I am being constantly shocked by the choices I am faced with. Mm, yeah. So I'm surely entering Lebanon. I'm surely taking Canada. Do I want to go to Malaysia right away, risking getting blockaded? Uh, well, nah, let's play it safe. I am not sure if I should really analyze what he's doing because uh, I would never ever suspected him to go for overprotection of Hungary if I were to guess what he's going to do. But my conclusion was that if he had Vietnam revolts, he would have probably played it. So I'm not going. I wasn't rushing Malaysia. Uh, Following that logic, I have already assumed he doesn't have Thailand access, so I can just as well use captured Nazi scientists to get ahead on the space track before he does. So the plan would probably be to use the 5 ops I have left to enter Malaysia, take Pakistan and take Thailand. Oh, okay, so that kind of explains the overprotection. Not really, because I can still just take away his control of Yugoslavia, but at least I think it hints at his way of thinking. Okay, so I was going to take Pakistan and Thailand, but now I don't have enough ops because I'm obviously going to establish domination in Europe. I actually think it may be reasonable for me to break East Germany. Uh, I wouldn't normally do that, but first, it kind of looks like he has Europe, and if he does, this just gives me domination with 1 additional point for breaking his control of a battleground. Secondly, Warsaw Pact is gone, so yeah, so breaking him in Europe is surely annoying. And thirdly, NORAD is in play, so having even singular points of influence uh, important countries is sometimes going to make a huge difference. So I will just grab Pakistan, get access to Malaysia, and be happy with my first turn. And also be happy with my cards for the second turn. Somewhat moderately happy, but happy nonetheless. So, no, okay, actually, let's be realistic. It's a really good hand. It's a really good hand. It could have been better, but, well, having two D cards and Purge is just huge. Uh, so the question is, do I headline Red Scare or do I headline Duck and cover? I don't think there's a clear answer to my dilemma. Hmm. He has one really good headline. Okay, two really good headlines, but one especially good. And it's Vietnam Revolts. And if he has them, Purge is significantly better than Duck and Cover. If he headlines Vietnam Revolts. If he headlines in the Pakistani war, then it doesn't really make a difference. If I headline Red Scare Purge, am I even that afraid of him calling Panama? Yeah, I'm still pretty afraid of that, I think. Also, Purge grants me a 4-op, not a 3-op. And if he doesn't have in the Pakistani war, then I can get I can deny him meal. On the other hand, headlining Dak wastes NORAD, which is annoying. On the other hand, I can't really break anything important with NORAD. I can just put one extra influence into East Germany. On the other hand, with Purge in play, I can reliably fight for East Germany, and that would be really annoying for him. I will just roll a die. I have no idea. Roll d6. If I roll above a 4 or above, I'm going for Duck. It's 6, so I will go for Duck. Suez Crisis. If you are watching this, please comment and tell me what I should have headlined here. I will gladly look at the opinions of fellow Twilight Struggle players. Twilight Strugglers. That's a nice way to put it, I think. I don't think I have ever heard anyone use this term. It should be popularized. Luckily for me, he doesn't even have access to France or... yeah, to France basically. So Suez Crisis doesn't really help him that much. He has probably special, yeah, so that kind of helps him, but... Whoa! Why would you do that? Okay. So now I probably should take control over France. enter India and Thailand. So entering Thailand grants me access to Laos, Cambodia, which is potentially important if he has Vietnam revolts but has decided for some reason to not headline it. And entering India is important because if he has Indo-Pakistani war in his hand and uses it on Pakistan and rolls a 6, then I can just grab India since I'm already there. So yeah, this was just, yeah, a way to play it safe in case I am unlucky. Eh. So that means, despite my best efforts and headlining duck and cover in all my wisdom, I'm still getting robbed of 2 military VPs, which kind of sucks. The only reliable way to get them, though, is to enter Colombia, and I really don't think I should do that. And I'm probably not going to, even I'm not that greedy. It's not like it would be a bad idea on average, I think. Okay. Whoa. Why? Okay, so a mistake that he's committing, and he committed it earlier with entrance of Italy, and he did it now with India as well, is that he's wasting VPs on breaking my control of a country without uh, without realizing any threat with it. So, for example, if he broke 2 controls of my countries in 2 different regions, it would be kind of a waste. Well, no, maybe that's a bad example. But if I broke a control in a crucial country and in the same move I moved into Colombia, he would have to choose between quitting Colombia and fixing what I broke. But when he does that, he just like gives me ops for free, which is not something you should usually do. Okay. Luckily, I'm already in Laos. I mean, already in Thailand, and I have access to Laos, so I can take control of it. What I was going for when I was talking about Colombia earlier is that I don't think that entering Colombia this turn would be a bad deal on average when it comes to like expected VP value from that play. But in my case, when the scoring is highly favorable towards me, and I've been generally pretty lucky this game, there is just no need to increase the variance and do some weird shenanigans which are potentially profitable but very, very risky for no good reason. So I will just stay in my lane, play boring Twilight Struggle, and try to keep everything calm and nice. I think I would have done that if I didn't have Distal in my hand, but with Distal, there's just no way to risk uh, giving him South American access. Okay, so do you have Asia scoring, sir? Containment. That's not Asia scoring. He fixes that and breaks that. And once again, why are you doing this? My brother in Christ. Yeah, let's just fix everything and secure Panama. So there are several other things I would love to do. Among them, entering Egypt. Wait, because now Wait, I'm still controlling Asia. I mean, dominating Asia. So maybe I don't even have to fix that. Maybe I could do something like this. So the price for that is, of course, risking loss, especially if he redraws equal, and not overprotecting, not even protecting Panama, which makes it a vulnerable coup target. But on the other hand, it gives me a potential payoff in Middle East if I drew a Middle East scoring, which I did not. But I still think it was a decent play. The idea was, of course, to be able to score it, and if not, then I now am able to access Libya from Egypt. So if he tries to coup Panama or something like that, I can just take Libya in my AR1 and take advantage of this situation. Huh. So the obvious choice is 5-year plan. Not 5-year plan, independent threats, I was about to say. The other is 5-year plan, but there are two good scorings that I can accidentally discard, so I will just go for reds. And he headlines Vietnam, which is obvious. Yugoslavia, Hungary, or Czechoslovakia. Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia make the most sense. Hungary, though, has 4 influence in it, and like this will be the first time in the history of this game when US of A has 4 influence in Hungary, and it's just so tempting, but I don't think I should do that. Yugoslavia gives me potential overprotection in Italy. Czechoslovakia makes potential tear down this wall in the late war better. And I think the second argument is stronger, so I will go for that. If he scores Asia now for -1, I mean for +1 for me, I think I will just coup Egypt with a 2-up. Whoa, he coups. What does he coup though? Iran. Okay. Never mind. So I will re-establish my domination in Asia and establish domination in Europe. Maybe I should just... I could also establish it this way and make it slightly more annoying for him. Do something like that. I could also, of course, use all my power to take Egypt, but that's probably insanity. I'm not going to do that. If he wants to take Egypt, then please do. Once again, I'm using my 4-up first, which kind of makes me vulnerable to whatever he decides to do. But, well, it's kind of important to spread first. So taking Libya was mandatory. Taking Angola was not mandatory, but if he redrew decal, taking Angola could be somewhat crucial. Olympic Games, okay. Yep, that's obvious. I could use Truman now. Oh wait! I didn't think about it! I could have used Truman earlier with NORAD and just kick him out of East Germany. I mean, I still don't know if that was the correct thing to do, but it completely, like, escaped my perception, and that would have been interesting. Okay, that's okay. That's just silly. I should have at least thought about it. That's my bad. Okay, let's just Fidel this way. The goal is, of course, to make CIA unplayable for him if he drew it. He'll probably drop Middle East now, which is understandable. I could have fought for it by entering Israel, but I don't think it's important enough when I have still Panama, Mexico, Algeria, South Africa, Southeast Asia, Algeria to take. I just have so many places I need to. Uh, I need to take care of. Yeah, let's just do that. Oh wait, I still don't have my Milo. Okay, so let's take Panama, enter Cameroon to threaten Nigeria takeover, and secure Turkey because I'm probably or Spain because I'm going to play Romanian abdication probably. And it would be really nice if I didn't have to give him an opportunity to drop Europe if he got it as well. God damn it! I'm becoming more and more convinced that using Truman Verve was probably a decent idea. Okay, absolutely reasonable. I will just defend. If he wants to take Asia away from me, he can. I am not able to stop him. He can do it either by grabbing Laos or using China to jam South Korea, for example. Whoa! Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to take that. He can also try double breaking overprotected Thailand. That's also a thing he can try doing. I'm not sure if that was the best thing he could have done because this way it just makes it pointless if I have any free ops. And I had the goal, which he knew of, right? Yeah. So, well, he kind of forced me to play the goal, which is, well, some kind of success, but it also ensures that I can really get that domination, which is probably not good for him. I will give him Romanian, and I will leave Truman's save in my hand to use for its intended purpose in East Germany. That's another decent hand. I can't really complain. The big question is, do I headline Africa? And the answer is, please don't have decal if I do that. Vertrap is bad. I don't even have a good, cool target. And not headlining Africa means that I'm letting him coup Africa before I drop it. So it's kind of risky, but also, if he doesn't have decal, it can't really get much worse. And it can, like, never get very bad. So I think I will go for it. Quagmire. That's very annoying, but at least I got away with free Africa. I mean, not free Africa. I got away with uh, expensive for him Africa. That's what I got away with. The worst part about it is that I am no longer able to pursue my Truman dreams with NORAD because NORAD is no more present. Okay, that's a that's a surprisingly weak play. I mean, when I say weak, I do not mean bad, but I don't know his hand, so it maybe is the best king he could have done, but just could a scored region country with a card that gives me 2 VPs while I'm so ahead. So it's, let's say it's optimistic from my perspective. Socialists to France. Sure. What I could do, and I don't really know if it's that good, but I could. Okay, first I think I should do that. So it's annoying that I have to prioritize Greece over Algeria, but as we know, we should focus on on the unscored regions. And now the thing is, I could try bear trapping him in the middle of the turn, so that if he fails once, I can use my first move to break an European country, and use my second move to use Truman and get him out of there. But the problem is that I mean it's not really that important. I think I don't really need Europe to win now, and Bear Trap is best played as the last card of the turn. And I can still do some shenanigans with Truman if I wait with it just a little bit. I don't really have problem cards in my hand, so it's not an issue for me to, okay, sure, to wait for the better moment. Okay, so he just passively overprotects Asia, which is scored. This I think is a mistake, even if he's scared about the Pakistan's fate. I think Algeria is a more obvious target. I mean, it probably hurts more for him when I take Pakistan than when I just captured Algeria for free. But to take Pakistan or to break South Korea, I would need to play Brush War anyway. And Algeria I can just take for free. Just like I can take Egypt. Brush will probably have to be used on Nigeria. As much as I would love to use it on Venezuela, I don't think there's a way to do that. Oh, okay. It would be so nice if you forgot to retake its Germany. Probably not going to happen, but, well, can always hope. Okay. He just fixed that. So, I have 3 cards to play: Brush, Cambridge, and Bear Trap. I could also do some other variations of my play. I could, for example, break him. For example, I could use Bear Trap as an even on AR6, and then break him. No, I will just stick to the plan. First, I will brush Algeria, because it's the thing I am going to do, so there's no need to wait with it. Then I can flexibly use Cambridge 5 for whatever I want. Probably it means that I am going to take Mexico. And on my AR7 I will just trap the bear. Oh, that's somewhat generous. Angola, that's for sure. I wanted to do that anyway. Probably that. Do I care about Thailand over protection? Yeah, I'm not going to go for Burma. That suggests that Bertrab may not be as huge, because he's playing cards he is usually not going to ever play if he doesn't really have to do that. So it means that he probably has something nasty to discard, for example, well, puppet governments, grain sales. That's the pessimistic scenario. The optimistic scenario is that he has CIA or OAS or Panama Canal, and he can't really play it, and he can't really discard it to the bear trap either. Unless he draws Brezhnev, of course. Nuclear subs, that's the most useless nuclear subs event I have ever seen. Well, let's stick to that one. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot of things. So, first, I got arms race, which probably means that I can use it for an event, while I got grain sales and his in the bear trap. Let's headline grain sales, that's the obvious choice. If I manage to use arms race with the current situation, on the VP track it gets me 19. Which is nearly enough. I could try spacing for more VPs, or I could hope for getting something in the scoring. Okay, Cultural Revolution gives him China, and Grain Cells gives me Cuban Missile Crisis. So now the question is, do I coup Iran, or do I break him in Europe to prepare for Truman? And the answer is, I don't really know. I would like to do both. I think I will go for Iran coup. That opens the opportunity to use in the Pakistani war on 1/3 of a chance if he doesn't fix that. Okay. And it is still possible for me to go for the Truman play. Giving him 1 VP in this situation is kind of annoying, but I will live with that. Well, okay, is it really reasonable? Because that is a play that doesn't guarantee me... I mean, no play guarantees me a victory here. But it's just a really safe play. I could just space now and it's basically a 50-50 to win the game immediately. I could use in the Pakistani war and it's like 1/3 to win the game immediately. That's probably objectively the worst play from the two I mentioned. And when I break him in Europe, that's... Well, when I break him in Europe, this is just a safe but reliable way of getting the most out of his state in the bear trap, so I think I will do something like that. That may be a mistake, but... Whoa! That's really unlucky. So let's use Truman. And then enter Venezuela. And then use arms race, if he lets me. Jesus Christ! My brother! Why is this happening to you? We'll just take that. It's not like he got lucky this game. I didn't need all this support from the bear trap, and he's forced to drop OPEC. That hurts. Well, let's go for 3 BPs. Of course, I could space to be the first one who tries spacing, but I think that it's probably more... Or actually, is it? So my reasoning was that there's a bigger chance of him trying to coup now than him trying to space now. But I don't actually know if that's the case. Oh. You got Southeast Asia. I'm really sorry then. But you're not getting out. GG. Well, okay. That was an interesting game for sure. So he was unlucky with the rolls early, that's for sure. I was also pretty fortunate with my Marshall Plan headline when he got Europe to score. His placement of Warsaw Pact influence was obviously a mistake. He should have just went on with it and live with the Europe as it is. But that didn't influence the game much. Him giving me NORAD was really not something I would have done, especially when he could have just spaced it and potentially be the first one to get the space track points, which would be helpful. He got rid of NORAD early with Quagmire, so that didn't matter that much either, but it was just a useful thing to keep in mind. Yeah, Black was pretty much on my side, I think. I got both D cards, which was huge. He got Vietnam revolts only on the 3rd turn, so that helped too. Later on it was abysmal. His hand here was really annoying, really bad. And then he just stayed in the bear trap forever until he lost. Sad. Well, it turns out I'm sometimes lucky. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which probably will be against my OTSL third place contender. Because as you probably know if you watch this channel, or if you don't know, then I'm going to tell you anyway. I lost my battle in the OTSL semifinals, and I will soon be playing the deciding game of the third place battle. So stay tuned if you are interested in it, and thanks for watching once more.